विष्णु देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. समुद्रवासिनी देवी पर्वतस्थानमण्डले नाट्यं करिष्ये देवी पादकालक्षमस्ये. भाग्यकालिके भावरस आनंद परिणत करे जगदायिके मोहन करे जय जय रंगादी देवते देवी.
All the best.
गजवदन करुण सदन गजवदन करुण सदन गजवदन करुण सदन गजवदन करुण सदन शंकर
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming here to bless and encourage Kriti for her next chapter of life. Kriti graduated from Westwood High School from STEM Academy in Engineering pathway, also Visual and Fine Arts Academy in piano. She will attend the University Texas at Dallas to pursue electrical engineering. Having done with Arangetram today, not to be the end of the chapter of page number 1 to 18. It will be the beginning of new chapter, which will be the application of knowledge of last 18 years training. Every day, I'm gaining new experience with Kriti. Going through the process of Arangetram set up the highest bar of all her extracurricular activities. It has been more than 1 year. Arangetram journey started on June 6th, a workshop arranged by Natalaya School of Dance and the piece named Jatiswaram, taught by Srimati Suma Krishnamurthy. As the progress of the process, with the extraordinary tireless guidance by Guru Srimati Vinitha Subramanian, today Kriti is ready to showcase her over 1 year hard work, dedication, and love for Bharatanatyam classical dance with the life of music given by outstanding orchestra team from India. Please welcome this evening's MC, my older daughter Borna, to describe the summary of his piece. Borna, a PhD student of cell and molecular biology at the University of Texas, San Antonio, researching on diabetic retinopathy, the loving, caring, and mother-like sister of Kriti. Here, Borna.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, friends, family, orchestra, gurus, and everyone who has decided to spend their evening with us for Kriti's Bharatanatyam Arangetram. As my mother, Sanchita Sarker, just introduced, I am Borna, Kriti's older sister, and I will be your master of ceremonies for this evening. We began this program with a Ganesh Stuti by our distinguished orchestra, and now I would like to say a few words about the dance form that Kriti has been pursuing for the past many years. An art form that is thousands of years old, Bharatanatyam originated in the temples of Tamil Nadu, India, where it was exclusively performed by female dancers called Devadasis, who dedicated their lives to serving the temple deities. Due to the devotional nature of this dance form, many pieces in Bharatanatyam repertoires are in praise of or retell stories of the gods of the Hindu pantheon. Thus, a Bharatanatyam dancer exhibits strength and control over poses that are geometric and statuesque, demonstrates agility and precision in intricate and intense patterns of footwork, and infuses grace and beauty into stylized expressions to convey various emotions. The theoretical basis of Bharatanatyam can be traced back to the Natya Shastra, written by sage Bharata Muni. Though it may seem that the name of this dance form is attributed to this sage, the word Bharata in Bharatanatyam is actually composed of 3 sounds, bha, ra, and tha. The bha stands for bhava, meaning expressions and feelings. The ra stands for ragam, the melodic structure and mood of a piece of music. And the tha stands for talam, or rhythmic beats. The word Arangetram is composed of the 2 Tamil words arangam and atram, with arangam meaning stage and atram meaning to ascend. Thus, a Bharatanatyam Arangetram is a momentous occasion marking the debut performance of a Bharatanatyam dancer as she ascends the stage to demonstrate her prowess and passion for the dance form. For months, Kriti has undergone training with her gurus, putting in immense time towards this event, exhibiting discipline and dedication at every step. Before we start, I would like to mention a few housekeeping rules. To be courteous to the performers and speakers, please silence your cell phones if you have not already done so, and refrain from using flash photography. Please attend to young children at all times. Food and drink are not allowed in the auditorium, and that is all. So thank you for your consideration. Now we'll begin the program with the Pushpanjali, and I hope you enjoy the show. Thank you. The Pushpanjali, or a devotional offering of flowers, is a salutation to God, the Guru, the musicians, and the audience. It is followed by a hymn in praise of Shiva, the Lord of Dance, or Nattaraj. The whole world assembles to watch Shiva as he dances with the river Ganges and the moon adorning his head, his bell-laden feet keeping the beat. This Pushpanjali is in Ragam Nattai, Talam Adi, with choreography by Vinitha Subramanian.
கரியவம் உலகெல்லாம் உணர்ந்த ஓத கரியவன் நீல உலவிய நீர்மதி வேணியா நீல உலவிய நீர்மதி வேணியா அழகில் ஜோதிகள் அம்பலத்தாடுவார் அழகில் ஜோதிகள் அம்பலத்தாடுவார் மலர் சிலம்படி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவார் மலர் சிலம்படி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவார் வணங்குவார் வணங்குவார்
The Kautavam is an invocatory item in a Bharatanatyam performance. It is a song of devotion in praise of a deity, traditionally performed as part of daily rituals in temples on special occasions or during festivals. This Kautavam is in praise of Lord Vishnu, who holds the discus, the Sudarshan Chakra, and protects the universe from harm. The virtues and glory of Vishnu's Dashavatara, or 10 avatars, are conveyed through the dancer's movements and expressions. Of Vishnu's 10 avatars, Kriti will be showing Matsya, the fish, Kurma, the tortoise, Varaha, the boar, Vamana, the dwarf, Ram, who vanquished the demon Ravana, and Krishna, whose flute melodies are as enchanting as his wisdom. This composition is in Ragam Natai, Talam Chatusra Ekam.
Ah.
The Jatiswaram is a composition consisting of Jati and Swara patterns. Jatiswarams unify the three main aspects of dance: music, rhythm, and movement. Ragam and Talam, or melody and beat, are integral to a Jatiswaram. As a Jatiswaram is a pure dance or nritta item, Anga Shuddha, or proper postures and movements, bring out the beauty of the dancer's passion. In combination with the melodic and rhythmic variations, the dancer's movements display her versatility as well as that of the musicians, evoking a sense of harmony and joy in the hearts of all that behold this dance. This Jatiswaram is Ragam Vasanta, Talam Rupakam, with choreography by Guru Suma Krishnamurti and Guru Gayatri Iyer. I would now like to welcome a few of the influential people and wonderful teachers who have guided Kriti throughout her life. These include Miss Julie Augustar, Director of Abacus Brain Gym. She will be the first to say a few words about Kriti. Kriti completed her training in Abacus Mental Math from Abacus Brain Gym and has remained closely associated with Abacus ever since. Ms. Augustar has known Kriti since the beginning of her training, as she was Kriti's first Abacus teacher and therefore holds a very special place in her heart. I would like to welcome her today to say a few words.
Thank you, Borna. How is everyone doing? I am certainly enjoying this graceful dance, and I hope you all are. And it's certainly a wonderful day to be here, and I certainly appreciate the invitation. Sanchita and Jogendra, I cannot see you here, but I hope you are listening to me. It's such a great honor and a great pleasure to be part of your family, and Borna too. And I am so delighted to be given a chance to talk about Kriti. And Kriti has been a wonderful student at Abacus Brain Gym, and she is definitely a dedicated and committed student. She graduated all the levels, and not only that, what we can learn together about Kriti today is her nurturing heart, which is very important for our children today, and of course, the young lady that Kriti has become. Kriti came to me a while back about her Girl Scout Gold Award project, and she told me that she would like to use the Abacus mental math skill that she has developed to contribute to the students that she could teach for free. And I quickly come up with an idea that she could teach at the temple, to empower students with solid mental math, and she excelled the project. And most wonderful is she called her project Futures Through Numbers, and I'm very impressed. It's not only that she delivered the project successfully, but she was able to sustain the project. She went beyond her duty of call. She taught for over years, and she has definitely won the heart of her students and her students' parents. This is something that we all can learn together from Kriti's achievement. It's not only from the math skill that she has learned, but today, I observed all her graceful dance, and I learned that this skill that she is performing for us today, it took 9 years at least for this skill. And I wish Miss Vinitha will take me as a student. I hope it's not too late. I totally enjoy all these dances. But I would like to give my last few words. I would like to learn from Kriti, from her nurturing heart. That's not only that she is capable of proving her achievement, not only that she is capable of showing us her nurturing heart that she is willing to give with her valuable time, but what most wonderful thing that I learned from her is she's very caring, and she cares so much about her parents and her family. And that is something that I could encourage all of us as a parents who have kids to keep teaching our students, our children, to have this respectful manner to all the adults and especially their parents. And Kriti, I know you are very talented, but I know you also have these unique gifts that you can contribute to the world, and I'm sure the world can hardly wait for all your contribution. Thank you so much for your hard work, and I'm totally blessed to be part of your life, and I hope you continue achieve all the great things that you have in mind and in your pursuit of happiness. Thank you so much for inviting me and for giving me a chance to speak. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Julie. We really appreciate your presence here. I would next like to request Dr. Lok Kibandi to come to the stage. Dr. Bandy has known Kriti pretty much since the day she was born, even before that, actually. And so she has seen Kriti grow up while managing academics and extracurricular activities. Of the many activities Kriti has juggled over the years, she takes pride in her Girl Scout Gold Award. With 2 daughters who received their Girl Scout Gold Awards, Dr. Bandy is very familiar with the dedication and selflessness needed to achieve such an accomplishment. I welcome her to the stage now to say a few words.
Thank you so much, Borna, for inviting me. Hello, everybody. I hope you all are enjoying this special day that we are celebrating with Kriti. I have known Kriti from her very childhood. We know she has achieved so much. It is my privilege to introduce her achievements in Girl Scout program, where she has been a part of that program for 10 years. Being myself a Girl Scout and a Girl Scout leader, I know how much motivation, commitment, and perseverance one needs to have to achieve this prestigious Girl Scout award. Those are known as bronze, silver, and gold awards. And Kriti achieved them all. Her journey started with various life skills through Girl Scout. It did not happen overnight. Her determination, positive attitude towards overcoming hurdles, and her focus made her able to pursue this goal. What is Girl Scout? Girl Scouting builds girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. The girls learn how to be kind, honest, responsible members of the community. And you can clearly see all these traits in Kriti. Kriti achieved her Bronze Award in 2010. She worked hard on a project to beautify a flower garden for special needs children at Candlelight Ranch in Austin. In summer of 2013, she took action by making handloom hats for premature babies, which earned her the Silver Award. Her final achievement is the Gold Award, the highest achievement a girl can earn. Combining her love for helping others, her passion for teaching, and her abacus experience, Kriti created a youth program, Future Through Numbers, the Power of Abacus. For her Gold Award project, she taught math lessons every Sunday for 6 months, fostering in children a great appreciation for mathematics and arithmetic skills. She worked hard to promote the programs at various community events, made a video, blog post, and created a website. She had an immense impact on many kids by increasing their interest in math. Kriti had to overcome many tough challenges to achieve this honor, the Gold Award, through 2 years of hard work. As a Girl Scout, Kriti learned to identify problems in her community and created an action plan to solve them. I believe that every girl has the power to change the world, and Kriti, we have no doubt you will do so. I saw Kriti blossom from a little girl to a beautiful and powerful young lady. She is entering her next phase of life. Kriti, you deserve the best the world has to offer. As you turn to the next valuable chapter in your upcoming life, we all join together in wishing you every success and much happiness in all that you pursue. Good luck, Kriti, and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your kind words and stories. We really appreciate your presence here. Now I would like to welcome to the stage Dr. Angelica Lopez, who has been an instructor of the Suzuki piano method for many years. Kriti has been learning and has been fortunate to have her as a piano teacher since the 2nd grade. I would like her to share some of her experiences with us now.
Good afternoon. I'm going to tell you about how Kriti and I came to meet and about being her teacher for the last 10 years. I grew up in a small Texas town. My grandmother tutored children in Spanish, and I began attending her school when I was 3 years old. Because I was so young, when I began attending classes, school would always be an accepted part of my life, and I enjoyed it very much. I always thought of my hometown as a rather boring place, and I had to find ways to amuse myself. So I spent a lot of time reading books and playing the piano. There was no internet, so no temptation there, and we only had 2 television stations which served the area. Again, not much temptation there. When I graduated from high school, I decided to attend the University of Texas. Because I had always enjoyed my schooling, I knew I wanted to be a teacher, and decided I wanted to focus on the other thing which I loved to do, playing the piano. I would be a piano teacher. The University of Texas had an excellent music school. I had inspiring music theory and history teachers, but my favorites were the piano professors. They loved music and playing the piano and teaching their students how to express the character of the music. It was all about the music. I earned a Bachelor of Music in Piano Pedagogy in teaching piano from the University of Texas, and I went on to Michigan State University to earn a master's degree in applied piano. Then I came back to the University of Texas to earn a doctorate in piano performance. I taught at Sam Houston State University for about 7 years, and coincidentally, that's where I met my husband, Chuck. In 1985, we were back in Austin, where I was teaching piano out of my home and raising an infant. At the same time that I was witnessing the amazing learning ability of an infant, I heard about a Suzuki piano teacher who was training other teachers to be Suzuki teachers. I attended an information session and learned that Mr. Suzuki, the founder of the Suzuki approach, believed that all children are born with high potential, and if they try hard, they can all become superior human beings. According to the Suzuki approach, it was all about the child. I found this approach very appealing and took classes to become a Suzuki piano teacher. I had been teaching piano using the Suzuki method for about 20 years when I met Sanchita Sarker and Kriti. I think it was the summer after Kriti's 2nd grade year. Kriti was so joyful and energetic and enthusiastic, and her mother was very serious, feeling the heavy burden of doing her best in raising her daughter. Sanchita attended lessons and practiced with Kriti for a couple of years, as Suzuki parents do, until we established a foundation so that Kriti could work on her own. In working with her daughter, Sanchita was teaching her how to focus on the project at hand and how to work diligently and responsibly to accomplish her goals. Sanchita was modeling behavior which would be important to Kriti throughout her life. Over the years, Kriti attended workshops, she had home recitals, she participated in class recitals, and she earned medals for doing well in the Whitlock theory tests, which were sponsored by the Austin District Music Teachers Association. Piano and music became Kriti's own interests, and she continued her piano lessons both in school and privately, in spite of her busy school schedule and her other extracurricular interests. She developed an appreciation and love for classical music, which is evident in her musical and expressive playing. Often, in social settings, when fellow adults find out that I'm a piano teacher, they confide their disappointment over not being able to play a musical instrument. They long for a way to express themselves through music. Kriti will not be one of those frustrated adults. I think that throughout her life, she will continue to use and to develop the skills which she acquired. I can still see the joy and the energy and the enthusiasm which Kriti exhibited as a youngster. even as she has become a serious and capable young adult who will move into her future with the strong base which her family provided. I will miss seeing her every week and witnessing her desire to learn more, to improve more, to play more music. But I am comforted by the knowledge that she will be a conscientious member of society with a sense of responsibility and honesty, one of the superior human beings which Dr. Suzuki hoped to create. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lopez, for your very kind words and your anecdotes. Finally, I would like to extend a warm welcome to a few of Kriti's friends who have known her for a very long time. They are Shutrishna Roy, Roma Shaha, and Ria Paul. These girls have grown up with Kriti, keeping each other company during countless community parties and events, and I'm sure that Kriti, if she were here physically, would thank you very warmly. But I have to do that now, so come up onto the stage, please.
Hi, my name is Ria Paul, and when I first moved to Austin back in 2006, Kriti was the first person who I made friends with, and I've known her for about 11 years now. I'll be honest though, we didn't make friends right away. The first day we met, we were both too shy to talk to each other. I remember her mom introducing us and saying that we should be friends since I was 8 years old and very close to her age. Kriti then replied by saying, "But I'm 7. Fortunately, as you can probably tell, we eventually became very good friends, and I'm so glad that we have. Kriti has such a kind heart and is so full of life and energy. She has always been an amazing friend to me and a great person to talk to. She always listens to me, even when I talk about random things that most people would probably find pretty uninteresting, which I tend to do. And even when I don't see her in person too often, she'll still make sure to message me to ask me how I'm doing. I remember back when we were in elementary school, we would learn Kathak dances together to perform at pujas. I got to see Kriti's determination and passion in dance at such a young age by learning these dances with her. Watching her perform today, I am amazed at the talent and skill she has developed through her years of hard work and dedication. It is clear that Kriti is the type of person who loves to learn and try new things. She always puts forth her best efforts in everything she does, and it definitely shows. I have noticed the same dedication and motivation that she has in dance and many of her other endeavors, such as piano and Girl Scouts. I think that she is truly an inspiration, and I am very proud to call her my friend. I want to congratulate her for her Arangetram and for her graduation in high school. She has already accomplished so much, and I can't wait to see how she will shine and where she will go in the next stages of her life. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Satrisna. Some of y'all might know me as Onona Roy, and I have known Kriti for about 5 or 6 years now. For the short amount of time I've known her, she's truly made a difference in my life for the better. Kriti is such an optimistic person and is determined to conquer all challenges that come her way, no matter how difficult they may be. The classical Indian dances Kriti has mastered, as you can see, involve difficult movements and forms that can only be accomplished through hard work and patience. I'm amazed by how she managed to accomplish this on top of her extracurricular activities and schoolwork. She's one of the kindest people I know and is always so understanding. She is a true role model, and I cannot wait to see all that she accomplishes in the future. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Proma, for those who don't know me. I've known Kriti from the time I moved to Austin, and I'm grateful to have seen her grow into the great young woman she is now. I still remember the sleepovers at her house where Kriti would stay up all night and bug me to stay up with her too. She was a very hyper child. And when it came to leave the next day, we would hide from our parents so we could prolong the visit. Those memories and all the funny inside jokes that have developed from those times will always stick with me because they remind me of all the fun we had and what an amazing person Kriti is. She's such a hard worker, and the amount of dedication she has for dance and the other events in her life is beyond impressive. From the time we were just in elementary school, I noticed her kind and upbeat spirit, and that has stayed with her even now. It's crazy to see her grown so much and heading off to college, but I know that Kriti will achieve all the goals she sets up for herself and will become the successful woman she aspires to be today. I wish Kriti all the happiness in the world, and I'm proud to say I have a friend like her. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming here today, Ria, Proma, and Onona. We really appreciate that you could come here, be a part of this event, and see how Kriti has actually put her dancing skills to the test today. On a similar note, dance has been a lifelong journey for Kriti, and it is one that has only just begun today. Ever since she was a toddler, stumbling around on unsteady feet, there have been hints of grace and rhythm in her steps. She has compiled a short video of what our family considers to be Kriti's greatest hits, showcasing her evolution as a dancer and as a choreographer, starting with her initial foray into Indian classical dance with Kathak, her transition to Bharatanatyam, which has led to her truly flourishing as an artist, the result of which you can see today. We hope you enjoy this short retrospective of Kriti's dance journey so far.
I'm Borna. I'm Kriti. Okay, and speaking of Kriti, she's going to do a solo performance today.
Say
I hope you enjoyed that little glimpse of what dancing has been like ever since Kriti was born. I think you can definitely see how much she has improved as a dancer, as a performer, as an artist over all these years. And to think that this is only the beginning of her career as an artist is very exciting for all of us here. That little bonus that you saw at the end, by the way, that's essentially what she's like all the time. When she starts dancing, she doesn't really stop. And you'll get to see a bit of that and her expressiveness in the next piece, which is a Varnam. The Varnam is the most complex item of a Bharatanatyam margam, comprising both nitra, or pure dance, and nritya, or interpretive dance, aspects. In a Varnam, the abstract idea of God manifests as a godlike human who is considered to be the nayak, or hero. At this time, I would like Kriti to please join me on the stage to demonstrate the Varnam. The dancer takes on the role of the nayika, or heroine, who asks her sakhi, or friend, to help convey a message to her lord, wanting him to be brought to her. Our heroine is in love with the god Lord Shiva, the one with the Ganges River flowing out of his matted hair and snake wrapped around his neck. Our heroine is so love-struck that even the glow of the beautiful moon burns her like hot coals. The delay of her lover puzzles her, for it is springtime. All around her, the flowers bloom, fish swim, peacocks dance, and deer leap. Yet there is no sign of her beloved. Every day, her love for him grows and grows and occupies her thoughts as she waits for him. This Varnam is set in Navaraga Malika, Talam Adi, with choreography by Vinitha Subramanian and Gayatri Iyer.
சக்கியே ஆதிமறைக்கு பொருள் நீதியுடன் உரைத்த ஆறு முகனை பெற்ற ஈசனடி ஆதிமறைக்கு பொருள் நீதியுடன் உரைத்து ஆறு முகனை பெற்ற ஈசனடி பாதி உடலில் பெண்ணை மறைத்திருப்படி பாதியில் லாதவன் போல் அலைவாரடி பாதி உடலில் பெண்ணை மறைத்திருப்படி ஆதி மறைத்து பொருள் நீதியுடன் உரைத்து ஆறு முகனை பெற்ற ஈசனடி
As your MC for this evening, I have the honor of speaking to you about each of these dances of this exhilarating and beautiful dance form. But I have an even greater privilege and honor, and that is to be a part of the Sarker family as Kriti's older sister. I would like to take a few moments now to share a few of my experiences and feelings in that role as Kriti's older sister. When I watch her dance, when I was just watching her dance even now, words were running through my mind and images were flashing in front of my eyes. I've basically seen her grow up from a teeny tiny little teetering toddler who, no matter how crazy the situation was, would always find a way to dance. She seemed to have an inherent sense of rhythm in her feet and melody in her bones. So as I watch her today, I was thinking about Bharatanatyam and what it means. Bharata, bhava, ragam, talam, natyam, which is dance. That word itself seems to encompass everything that Kriti is, as an artist, as a dancer, as a performer. You can further describe Bharatanatyam as nritta, or pure dance, and nritya, or interpretive dance. We have yet to see some of Kriti's most exciting and exhilarating performances that embody the nritya aspect. So I advise you to watch out for that. Because when I think of Kriti and her journey as a dancer, I can clearly see her progression from doing just nritta to incorporating nritta and nritya into her dances. For that, I'd like to take a little while to take you on a journey back to when Kriti was about 3 or 4 years old. She wasn't really much of a singer at that time. So when she started to dance, I wasn't sure, if she'd be able to really dance and feel the movements even at that young age. I know that's kind of an unreasonable expectation to have, but my background as a singer sort of gave me very high expectations of my little sister. And she honestly stood up to them and proved me wrong, even at the age of 3. She was a singer, even though you wouldn't be able to tell if you asked her that. She would say, no, I'm not a singer, I'm a dancer. But I'd like to tell you that she was extremely melodious as a 3-year-old. And her feet were very, very strong, even at that young age. Whenever she would do tatkar in her Kathak lessons, she would be the loudest, the steadiest, and the fastest. So there, you have nritta, or pure dance, the technical footwork, the intensity of her feet, keeping beat somehow perfectly, even when she was falling down, when she was trying to spin, she would somehow be able to keep the nritta intact. The nritya, or the interpretive aspect, developed as she grew older, under the training of her Kathak guru, and then under the training of her gurus in Bharatanatyam when she transitioned into that dance form, which was so unlike Kathak. Along the way, Kriti became something of a choreographer, doing her own Kathak pieces, performing them at various events. And one thing that amazed me every single time she went to perform was her ability to somehow make the best of her practices and put an impressive performance out on every single stage that she stepped onto. When she started choreographing fusion pieces of Kathak and Bharatanatyam, once she began her training at the Natyalaya School of Dance, I could see the creative juices flowing within her, incorporated into her sense of rhythm, melody, and expression. As she continued to grow, and as I went off to college, I could only come back intermittently to see her performances at community events or pujas. Every single time I would watch her perform, I would see a new side of her, a new part of the actress in her flourishing. And to me, as a sister watching her perform, every time I would watch her, I would be amazed to see how this little girl who didn't really know how to act when she was 3 years old became such an accomplished and expressive young woman. So this Arangetram training has been going on for quite a while now, and I've been fortunate to see her traveling through all of those stages every step of the way, watching a new part of the artist in her grow, flourish, and be here in front of you all. What strikes me most, as I said before, is her ability to express herself. The nritya aspect has truly blossomed and flourished on this stage tonight. When I watch her, I always think about the one piece of advice that I used to give her during her Arangetram training in the early stages. That was, try to feel the characters. Try to understand the stories that you're telling, because when you perform, when you feel the characters and their plight, then the audience will be able to connect and understand what you're doing, because language is really no barrier for music and dance. On this stage, you have already gotten a chance to see some of the actor in her come alive, but you have yet to see her putting life, infusing each character that she plays with a distinct personality through her movements, the softness in her hands, the strength in her feet, the expressions in her eyes that somehow transmit all the way through her entire body. She gives a fish as much personality as a person, whether that person is an evil prince or a strong king or an innocent child or a devotee of one of the gods that we are worshiping tonight here on this stage. For Kriti, even though she may not realize it, dance has always been a devotional form for her, a space where even at the age of 4 on a stage with other people, she has been somehow set apart and dancing to her own tunes, somehow conveying grace and rhythm, strength and softness all at once. That has progressed, and she has now graduated from high school, and I know that with this Arangetram, which some term as a dance graduation, but is really just the beginning of a journey, I know that every single stage, every single step that she will take in the future will be just as wonderful, just as infused with life, and just as beautiful to behold. Thank you. The next item is called Hari Tum Haro. Princess Mirabai, a 16th century saint, was an ardent devotee of Lord Krishna, or Hari. In this poem, she recounts a few of the many ways Krishna saved the lives of his devotees in prior incarnations. The first story that Kriti will be depicting describes a pivotal scene from the Hindu epic Mahabharata, which narrates the events leading to the battle of the Kurukshetra, fought by 2 branches of the Kuru clan, the Kauravas and the Pandavas. The Kaurava prince Duryodhan tricks the Pandava king Yudhishthir into playing a fixed game of dice, which results in Yudhishthir losing his kingdom, his 4 brothers, and their wife Draupadi. Duryodhan, now in possession of everything Yudhishthir gambled away, orders his younger brother Dusashan to fetch Draupadi and bring her to him in front of the entire court. Dragged into the court by her hair, Draupadi is shocked by the silence of her husbands and the elders present, as she is demeaned by Duryodhan. Intending to then cause further humiliation, Dusashan attempts to disrobe Draupadi. Realizing how helpless she has become, Draupadi begins to pray to Lord Krishna, asking for his aid. Krishna saves Draupadi's honor by making the length of her sari infinite, causing Dushasan to finally collapse from fatigue after pulling the sari that will not end. The second story is the story of Narasimha. The demon king Hiranyakashipu was granted the boon that he could not be killed by either a human or an animal, neither inside or outside of a residence, neither on the earth or the sky during day or night. One day, Hiranyakashipu catches his son Prahlad worshipping Vishnu. Believing himself to be invincible and no less than a god, Hiranyakashipu is infuriated by his son Prahlad's worship of Vishnu. After Hiranyakashipu angrily questions Prahlad's worship, Prahlad responds that Vishnu is present in everything, from a minuscule speck of dust to the massive pillars of the palace. Not believing him, Hiranyakashipu kicks a nearby pillar in rage. From the pillar emerges Narasimha, a form of Vishnu that is half man and half beast. Narasimha, a creature that is neither completely a man or a beast, during twilight, neither day nor night, stands on the threshold of the palace, neither indoors nor outdoors, places Hiranyakashipu on his lap, which is neither the sky nor the earth, and shreds him to pieces. The next story, Gajendra Moksha, or the liberation of Gajendra, is about Gajendra the elephant king. One day, while happily bathing and drinking water in a river, Gajendra is attacked by Makar, a crocodile, who clings to Gajendra's leg. Although Gajendra tries to escape the crocodile's clutches, the crocodile refuses to let go. It is said that this struggle lasted for over 1,000 years. When Gajendra is drained of all his energy on the verge of death, he prays to Vishnu, holding up a lotus in his trunk as an offering to the god. Vishnu then comes to Gajendra's rescue, killing the crocodile with his weapon, the Sudarshan Chakra. The last story that Kriti will depict describes an event from Mira's own life. Disgusted by her unwavering devotion to Lord Krishna and her association with the poor, Mira's in-laws plan to poison her. When the poison is delivered to her, Mira takes it to a statue of Krishna as an offering. Aware of Mira's devotion, Krishna extracts the poison from the vial, which turns his statue blue. And when Mira drinks the poison, surrendering her life to the Lord, she is unharmed due to the strength of her faith. This composition is in Ragam Darbari Kannada, set to Talam Adi, with choreography by Vinitha Subramanian.
Tum Haro Janaki जनकी द्रौपदी की लाज राख्यो तुम बड़ा युक्ति द्रौपदी की लाज राख्यो तुम बड़ा युक्ति द्रौपदी
Devi, the great goddess, is known by countless names and epithets. The Mahishasuramardini Stotram describes various aspects of her many revered forms. She is regarded as Shakti, the source of dynamic cosmic power and energy, without whom her husband Shiva is merely a corpse, full of potential energy, yet unable to act. As Parvati, she is praised as the daughter of Himavan, the king of the Himalayas. Her beauteous form with lustrous hair gladdens Shiva's heart. Durga is celebrated most as Mahishasuramardini, the slayer of the buffalo demon Mahisha. Durga was created to defeat the demonic forces led by Mahishasura when the male gods were unable to control them. Riding on a lion, she uses the weapons in her 10 hands to destroy her enemies. Finally, as Kali, she is volatile, and her uncontrollable rage strikes terror into the hearts of her foes before she vanquishes them. Mahishasuramardini is in Ragam Revati, Talam Adi, with choreography by Vinitha Subramanian.
Mahishasuramardini, Mahishasuramardini, Vintakala Simmagamani, Asuramardini, Mahishasuramardini, Mahishasuramardini, Vintakala Simmagamani, Asuramardini, Mahishasuramardini, Dim taka dim taka dim kita taka taka dim taka dim taka dim patakata dam 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 takita taka tom takita taka tom tom takita 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 taka dam tatadam 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 tata targeta dam tatadam 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 tati targeta targeta dam tatadam 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 Targadam, 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 targadam.
think a piece really comes alive, both for a dancer and for the audience, when you have a wonderfully talented and accomplished orchestra to accompany and show their prowess on the stage. I would now like to invite Guru Vinitha Subramanian to the stage to acknowledge and introduce our wonderful orchestra for the evening.
It is my privilege to introduce to you the orchestra for this evening. Our vocalist for the evening is Ramaa Pustakam. She is a renowned vocalist who performs classical vocal, light vocal, and devotional music. She has received many awards, including the Karnataka Kalashri Award. Notably, the mayor of Louisville has declared her an honorary citizen of Louisville. She spends a lot of time there. She has toured all over the world and supported many, many famous dance artists, and also has many audio recordings to her credit. She's a music teacher and runs a music institution which is well known in Bangalore, India. I have known Ramaa for the past 12 years, and we've worked on many, many projects together. And so it is my pleasure to have her again playing for us, singing for us this evening. Put your hands together for Srimati Ramaa Pustakam. On the Mridangam, Janardhana has accompanied many Indian dancers in India and abroad. He has made several dance and classical music recordings. He started touring as an artist as early as 16 and has traveled all over the world. He's also the recipient of many, many awards. Can you give a Texas-sized welcome to Sri Janardhana? On the violin, we have Sri Jairam Kikeri. On the flute, I'm sorry. On the flute, we have Sri Jairam Kikeri. He is a well-known and sought-after artist who has performed several solo concerts and has made many commercial recordings of his music. He has accompanied internationally acclaimed Bharatnatyam and Kuchipudi artists. He has performed all over the world, including Europe, Africa, Singapore, United States, etc. He has also composed many dance compositions and has been honored by prominent Indian cultural organizations for his contributions to the field of music and dance. Put your hands together for Sri Jairam Kikeri. On the veena, we have Chandana Gadepalli. Chandana started learning veena from Srimati D.L. Tulasi Garu of Hyderabad and later from Veena Vidwan Mani Sri D. Srinivas for over 10 years. She has performed for Yuvarani series aired by the All India Radio Hyderabad. She continues to take advanced lessons from her guru, Sri D. Srinivas. Put your hands together for Chandana, please, on the veena. Last and certainly not the least, we have Bhargava Halambi on the rhythm pad and kanjira. Bhargava Halambi is a kanjira artist, which is an instrument that belongs to the tambourine family. He is also trained in the Mridangam. He has accompanied many established and well-known music artists and is a member of a percussion ensemble in Bangalore. He has received several awards for his contributions to music, and he has been performing the world over, including in the USA, Germany, France, Denmark, Ukraine, and many more. Give a warm welcome to Sri Bhargava Halambi. The orchestra will play a short musical interlude, and I assure you, you will enjoy it very much.
Gama bani sani bani ni pama bani pama pama gama gasaga sani bani pama gama gasa bani sa gama ga bani sa gama ga bani sa gani gama bani sani bani ni pama gama gasaga sani bani pama gama gasa bani sa gama ga bani sa gama ga Sagani, Gama Bani Sani Bani Ni Pama Pama Gama Gasaga, Sri Bani Pama Gama Gasabani, Sagama Bani Sagama Bani Sagani Gama Bani Sani Bani Ni Pama Ni
Thank you very much for that beautiful musical interlude. I'm sure we all enjoyed that immensely. I know I always do. The Thillana is a pure dance number that is performed near the end of a margam. It uses tal-like phrases in the pallavi and anupallavi and lyrics in the charanam of the piece. The unique feature of this Thillana is that it describes the Ras Leela, or divine dance, of Lord Krishna with his beloved Radha and the Gopikas, or milkmaids. Krishna, with a peacock feather adorning the crown on his head and a flute in his hands, engages in a vivacious dance with the gopis all around him. As Radha joins Krishna with her graceful movements in time with the melody of his song, the bells on the anklets around Radha's feet ring out, matching the rhythm of the Mridangam, while she dances and marvels at Krishna's mischievous ways and compassionate nature. The Thillana is in Ragam Dhanashri, set to Talam Adi, with choreography by Guru Vinitha Subramanian.
तद्रोनी की तक தக்கத்தை கானக तुम्हारी लीला पद्मनाभ तुम्हारी लीला क्या कहूँ मैं सावरों पद्मनाभ तुम्हारी लीला क्या कहूँ मैं सावरों ताप संकट हरण मायो सोह मरो तुम्हारो ताप संकट हरण मायो सोह मरो तुम्हारो तदिम तदिम बिरन उदरे ददानी तदिम तदिम बिरन तदिम तदिम बिरन उदरे ददानी तदिम तदिम बिरन नादित्तम ददानी तुम ददरी करी ददानी ददानी निदगदादाम तदिम dim dim तदिगिन तो dim 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 तगदिगिन तो dim 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 तगदि कुददिगिन दी तद्रुनि की तकदी
The next piece is Dholna. In this semi-classical piece, Kriti depicts the separation and union of two lovers who long to reunite through abhinaya, or expressive acting, taking on both the feminine and masculine roles to tell this story. She uses graceful movements to convey the yearning of the heroine for her beloved, and then uses powerful postures to show the valor and strength of the hero who returns to her side. The song culminates in the reunion of the two lovers, which is communicated through intense rhythmic patterns as they dance together, engrossed in their joy. This piece is set in Ragam Mishra Jai Jaivanti and Talam Adi, with choreography by Guru Gayatri Iyer.
मेरे ढोलना सुन मेरे प्यार की धुन मेरे ढोलना सुन मेरे ढोलना सुन मेरे प्यार की धुन मेरे ढोलना सुन मेरी चाहते तो फिजा में बहेगी जिंदा रहेगी होके फना
sani dhani sagama. Maga sani dhani sagama, maga sani dhani sagama. Ga ma ga sani da maga ma dhani sani da maga ma dhani sa ni dhani sa dhani sa dhani sa dhani sa. Madani 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 madani. Dhani sa dhani sa dhani sa. Madani madani madani. Madani sa madani sa madani sa madani sa. Sani da ma sani da ma sani da ma sani da ma. Mama ga ga sa sani ni sa sani ni da da ni ni sa sani ni da da mama ga ga sa sani ni da da. Dhani sa sa sa. Ni da sa sa sa. Ma da sa sa sa. मेरे ढोले ना सुन मेरे प्यार की धुन मेरे ढोले
सांसों में तेरे सरगमे हैं अब रात दिन जिंदगी मेरी तो कुछ ना अब तेरे बिन
सांसों में तेरी सरगमे हैं अब रात दिन जिंदगी मेरी तो कुछ ना अब तेरे बिन
तेरी धड़कनों की सरगोशी मेरी धड़कनों में बजती है
मेरी जागती निगाहों में ख्वाहिश तेरी ही सजती है
मेरे ख्याल में हर पल तेरे ख्याल शामिल है
लम्हे जुदाइयों वाले मुश्किल बड़े ही मुश्किल हैं निजा 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 धनी 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 बदा 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 गमा बदा निजा pani niza pani niza pani niza pani niza gama bada niza bada niza bada niza gama bada niza bada 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 gama niza 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 gama ga gama bada bada niza gama bada niza bada gama gama gare sa niza niza gama ga gama bada bada niza 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 gama bada niza gama gama bada niza gama 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 gare sa re sa niza niza bada niza sa gama ga sa gama bada niza 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 gama gama bada niza niza gama gare sa niza niza gama bada niza niza gama gama gare sa niza gama bada niza niza gama gama gare sa niza da ni sa sa ga ni sa sa ga mama sa sa ga mama da ga mama da ni mama da ni sa sa da ni sa sa
मेरे ढोलना सुन मेरे प्यार की धुन मेरे ढोलना
Okay, I really could not prepare because I had to prepare this event. So all I'm going to do is read few words. And I'm not even sure that I will really able to say all these words. Each time I say about her, I think about her, she's going to leave soon. It breaks my heart because she's my baby, and I always say I'm raising baby for a long time because two of them has big gap, and my older one and younger one, now she's gonna leave home. So I feel very sad about talking about her all the time. So like I have few words for you, Babu. I call her Babu, so don't take it differently. You are preparing yourself for the bigger world of being independent from parents and standing on your own 2 feet and choosing the university you like the most among others. I'm having mixed feelings of excitement and pain inside of me, since you not be with me from next month. You are my baby and always will be. How old you grow, how wise and intelligent you turn out. At the same time, outside of my world, you are a highly ambitious, intelligent, highly accomplished young lady. You will be on your own with a highly challenging discipline, electrical engineering. Your vast knowledge and experience of extracurricular activities, which you are so passionate about and ardently pursuing from your early elementary school age, such as figure skating, piano, Indian classical dance, Girl Scout, abacus mental math, where your outlet of school stress. Those are really where your outlet. There will be a big, unbalanced, hardworking life you have in your future. It will not be too easy to sit only with circuit design in front of the computer screen and difficult to understand books hours after hours. Sometimes test score will bring you in a situation that you will have second thoughts of pursuing the pre-planned goal in life. You might even meet someone who might try to direct you in wrong path. But I know you will be able to cope with any situation you will have to face. Try to use those outlets as needed to avoid too much building stress. I have so much confidence on you. End of next month, you will not be around me. When I come from work, nobody will come down the stairs with a stamping noise and ask me, "Mommy, how was your day?" I will miss you so very much. Wherever you will be, you always be with me, and my blessing will shower on you all the time. Thank you all for being part of this event. Without your presence, this would not be any event. And now I'd like to talk about her guru, Vinitha Subramanian. Srimati Vinitha Subramanian, the founder and director of Nattalaya School of Dance, has been teaching the Central Texas area over 35 years. She has a multitude of Arangetram to her credit, and many of her students have gone to make their own mark in the field of Bharatanatyam. With her choreography and direction, Nattalaya has staged several dance dramas and thematic presentations such as Ganga, A River Story, Nauka Charitam, Siani, A Jungle Tale, Rupa Virupa, and Agastya, just to name a few. Under her direction, Nattalaya has grown into a premier dance institution in Central Texas. Vinitha herself is very well known as leading proponent of art and culture in the Central Texas. So I have few words for Vinitha myself. That is just, I do not actually have proper word to express myself to thank Vinitha. Her guidance throughout the process is unbelievable. As you can see, I even cannot read properly because I did not get much time to think about this. One question I ask very often, how do you manage this? Nattalaya is having 7 Arangetram this year, and I am looking at our portion. I see how much it takes to execute this type of event. And she's not guiding 1, 7. How is that possible? I don't know. Any question I ask her, I always got the reply with sweet smile, with details, with totally calm and controlled manner. Countless number of text messages and emails, correspondence over this year we had. She's always there. And I never detected any stressed mind. It's really unbelievable. Thank you, Vinitha, for helping Kriti to become a controlled, hardworking, disciplined, brave, and poised young lady. She would not be what she is now without the activities she was during her 18 years of life. I like to invite Vinitha Subramanian to the stage. And before...
Dear Sarkar family, Sanchita, Jogendra, Borna and Kriti, and distinguished guests, it is my pleasure to stand before you to present Kriti with her Arangetram certificate. A few words about Kriti herself first. For as long as I can remember, Kriti was a quiet student whose voice could barely be heard in the class. If you ask her a question, she's so self-effacing, she would hesitate to answer it in case the answer is not what you want to hear. I use a different step in a dance from what she has already learned and practiced. She would, without hesitation, change the step and assume that I'm probably right and she's probably wrong, which is not the case. To her, the teacher is always correct, so it must be so, which is a very, very unusual trait in a girl growing up here. I have never seen a more humble, retiring student. She always has a ready smile that lights up her face when you accost her. Yet, she is the most determined person I know. She would learn and practice each lesson till she knew it upside down, inside out. Bringing her trusty video camera with her, she would record every session. In case there was a doubt, she would whip out the camera and she would review the video of the prior lesson and clarify the choreography. Dancing did not always come easy to Kriti, but she labored till it did. There is a Bengali saying, Chok moner aina, the eyes are the mirror of the mind. If you look into Kriti's eyes, you can see what a sattvic, well-balanced person she is on the inside. She's indefatigable in training for this Arangetram, working with Gayatri Iyer as well as Kanaka Sathasivan, till she had all her pieces memorized and practiced. She could dance in her sleep. Ramaa auntie, our vocalist, and the orchestra were remarking how Kriti was unfazed by the transition to live music and continued to rehearse her pieces even though the live music was different than the one she practiced with. She continued even till the RAS rehearsal to review her written corrections, to internalize them so she can put on a perfect performance today. And the results you saw on the stage. Kriti, as you go off to college and to another chapter in your life, remember the Chinese proverb. Learning is like a rowing upstream. Not to advance is to drop back. But you are already executing it. I wish you success in all your future endeavors, but keep growing that beautiful person you are as well. Thank you, Sanchita and Jogendra, for your support throughout the Arangetram process and for supporting this orchestra with your wonderful hospitality. Thank you, Ramaa, Janardhana, Jairam, and Bhargava, and Chandana for a heavenly music performance. And now to award Kriti her certificate, I invite Kanaka to come and read the certificate.
Nattavangam School of Dance proudly awards this certificate of completion to Kriti Sarker for successfully completing all competency requirements to perform her Bharatanatyam Arangetram, July 16th, 2017. Come on out.
Now we come back to our script and the last item of the show.
A Mangalam is the concluding piece of the Bharatanatyam Margam. This song, by the famous Bengali poet and Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore, better known to Bengalis as Rabindranath Thakur, describes the divine joy that flows through the universe, eternally illuminating the sun, moon, and earth. The poet encourages all to cast away their sorrows, because these are trifling sorrows in the larger scheme of things. He encourages everyone to open their hearts to love and happiness. Rabindranath Tagore is an integral part of the Bengali cultural identity, with his poetry, literature, and music known all throughout the world. And as members of the diaspora here in the US, his poetry, his music, Rabindra Sangeet, has formed an integral part of our lives, both Kriti's and mine, since we are both singers, dancers, and artists. So this song holds a special place in our hearts, as I am sure it does in the minds of every Bengali. The dancer will conclude this Arangetram by giving thanks to God, the Guru, the orchestra, and the audience in the form of the Mangalam. Thank you very much. I hope you all enjoyed the entire Bharatanatyam Margam that Kriti has presented to you this evening. I would first like to give a vote of personal thanks to all of the gurus who helped to train Kriti, bestow their knowledge and blessings on her this evening throughout the entire Bharatanatyam preparation process. So thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you to each and every member of the esteemed orchestra that we've had from India and locally here. Thank you very, very much for entertaining us with your music. Finally, thank you to the auditorium, the audience, everyone who has graced their presence here, spending the entire evening to watch Kriti. Your presence is a blessing to her. Thank you for partaking in this spiritual journey with her, for supporting her from every single performance that she has taken from when she was 3 or 4 years old. I know many of you in the audience have seen those performances, and today for you to be here and see how she has grown and flourished as a dancer, it truly means the world to all of us in our family. Thank you once again. It has been my honor and privilege as Kriti's sister to be your MC for this evening, and I would like to now turn over the mic to my father, Kriti and my father, Dr. Jogendra Sarker, to say a few words about this evening and offer his vote of thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Borna. I am not sure I can say anything. My voice may not come out at all. Okay, let's see what I wrote down. I can read it or not. So, can you hear me? Okay, thank you. Okay, start over again. Thank you, Varna. You have been doing an excellent job. And Kriti, pressure is off. Job well done. Congratulations. First of all, my pranam to Thakur Sri Ramakrishna and Ma Sharada Devi. Also my pranam to Swami Vivekananda. Pranam again. Pranam and namaste. Thank you all for coming to this auspicious occasion. Sanchita and I are humbly honored and blessed by your presence. Of course, it means a lot to Kriti. It was a long program, and I don't want to make it even any more longer, but I like to say a few words about Kriti's guru, Sri Vinitha Subramanian. But before that, I like to thank the orchestra group came from India. They have shown their talent and gifted performance. I really pay my respect to them. Thank you. Now, Kriti's guru, Srimati Vinitha Subramanian, and other teachers. Vinitha ji, we have been known you for over 8 years. Central Texas community knows you how excellent dance teacher you are. But I have also known you as how a super quality person you are. Your politeness, caring and loving character makes everyone amazed. I pay my respect to you and pranam to you. And your Natalya Dance Studio is not only a dance school, it is a Gurukul, a holy place. Sanchita and I are fortunate that Kriti has the opportunity to be part of it. Thank you again. Now, Kriti's teacher, Kanaka, Sathasivan. Kriti started her first Bharatanatyam steps with her, and she brought Kriti up to this far. We already have seen your high quality teaching in Kriti's various pieces today. Thanks, Kanaka. I also thank Srimati Gayatri Ayar and Srimati Soma Krishnamurti for their teaching and preparing Kriti for this event. Gayatri's passionate teaching reflect on her Varnam piece and also few other pieces. And about Kriti, she is my best friend and also my teacher. It seems like yesterday I brought you home from Sidon, a tiny baby from Sidon Medical Center. Now I see a beautiful young lady standing in front of me. Kriti, your dedication, hard work, and determination made you a strong person. Today, I see your feet are strong to walk and wings are grown to fly. I wish you the best to make wings stronger and fly distance. Sorry. Okay. Now, few quick. Thank you, Nud. Our sincere thanks to Kanaka, her team for excellent lighting and stage management. I thank Hemant for super quality audio sound system You've done a good job. I also thank Joe Mijara for video photography and Ravi Patakasi for still photography. I also thank Vishal Dave, the Dome production, for the decoration. My thanks also go to Mr. Ivan Klosias for providing the auditorium with excellent facility. Thank you. Finally, thanks to our community friends and the volunteers who are working at the cafeteria, serving snacks, and will be serving food shortly. Without their help, it was not possible for us to arrange this event. Thank you again. And last but not the least, my sincere thanks go to my wife, Sanchita. She is the one who deserves all the credit. Her hard work was paid off. I feel like it was paid off today. Thank you. Thank you all.
Last but not least, I would like to welcome Kriti to the stage. I'm so proud of you for all that you've gone through. And I'll turn the mic over to her because she's ready to speak, apparently. Yeah?
I thought
I'll turn it over to
Okay.
you.
Wasn't that last speech wonderful? I'm so emotional right now. I was gonna say something in Bengali. কিন্তু আমার বাংলা ভীষণ ভালো না, so just bear with me. আপনাদের উপস্থিতি এবং আশীর্বাদের জন্য আমি খুশি হয়েছি. Basically, what I just said is that you being here and your blessing, it fills me with so much happiness. So yes, thank you. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Though tonight's event was centered around me, this entire process wouldn't have happened without the hard work and dedication from so many other people. I would like to thank my gurus first. First, I would like to thank Srimati Vinitha Subramanian. Vinitha auntie has an abundance of patience, kindness, and humor. She is always incredibly busy, but somehow she manages to make time for you, and she puts in so much effort onto each individual student, and her strength and resolve is truly awe-inspiring. I'm sincerely blessed to have such a kind and warm teacher, and even though I'm not always the loudest person in dance class, and there's sometimes when I do need to speak up, but I don't, I just want to let her know that I'm eternally grateful for everything she has done. So thank you, Vinitha auntie. Next, I would like to thank Guru Kanaka Sathasivan, who not only did a fantastic job with the lighting, but over the past year, I took Aruvu and Angushdi classes with her, where we basically stripped out everything that I learned and focused on the basics. And her method was very thorough, very meticulous, and my dancing has improved so much because of her classes. She was also my very first teacher, So that's also very special. My first year as a student, she taught me Aruvus, and during my last year as a student, she taught me Aruvus. So I suppose you could say that it has come full circle. So thank you so much for all your help. I would also like to thank Srimati Gayatri Iyer, who unfortunately isn't here today. She's all the way on the other side of the world in India, but she is here in spirit. I spent the past year working on her with 3 of my pieces, the Jatiswaram, the Varnam, and Dholna, where she fine-tuned a lot of aspects of the dance and put in her choreographic input. So that has been a big help. Thank you so much, Gayatri Auntie, even though you're not physically here. And I would also like to thank Srimati Suma Krishnamurthy, who comes to the dance center every summer and teaches a workshop. And this past year, she taught me the Jatiswaram. And even though she was only with us for 2 weeks, her teaching has had a tremendous impact on my dancing, and I made great strides because of her. So thank you. Now, I would like to thank my gurus outside of the studio, my life teachers, which would be my family, first and foremost. Oh, I'm getting okay. Don't worry. I'm not going to forget anybody. Yes, I would like to thank my mother, who has been my anchor and one of my harshest critics. She is always telling me to fix my arms or fix my eyes, usually when I'm in the middle of dancing, which, not gonna lie, kind of irritated me at some points, and there is a lot of shouting going on, but nevertheless, that made such an impact on my dancing, and in retrospect, I am very grateful for all her little criticisms. She has been by my side since day one, and she has stuck with me this entire time. I wouldn't be the person who I am today without her, so thank you, Ma. Thank you so much. I would like to thank my sister Borna for emceeing and for critiquing my acting during the early stages of Tum Haro. Didi, you are my telepathic twin and my deep discussion buddy. Thank you for coming here and holding this program together, even though you are incredibly busy with your PhD work. It means the world for me for you to be here. Thank you to my father. Your speech was wonderful. It made me cry. And he not only coordinated all the food and loaded up all the equipment, but he was also my biggest cheerleader. He was telling me to take it easy and not to work so hard, even though I didn't exactly always follow this advice. Thank you so much. I would like to thank the wonderful and supremely talented orchestra. I don't know if they're still here, but they're still here? Oh, okay, yes, thank you so much. They supported me each and every day whenever I would go into practice. I was very nervous about orchestra rehearsal, but they were so supportive, so warm, so kind, and they were just filled with a lot of humor and warmth, and it truly made my entire orchestra experience very enjoyable. They were incredibly patient whenever I would mess up a jati or I get the talam wrong. And I will never forget any of you. Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone who worked backstage, on stage, and around the stage. Those costume changes, they're really something, let me tell you that. And the entire costume changing team is so efficient that I actually got to hear some of the speeches, which were really wonderful. by the way. I would like to also thank the lighting, the sound technicians, the decorators. They made the entire place beautiful and made this program run so smoothly. And thank you to all the speakers. I heard some of your speeches. They were truly wonderful and touching. They made me laugh. They made me cry. Thank you so much. To all of the Mashis, Meshos, uncles, aunties who helped set up and are going to serve food, thank you so much for helping. And sadly, I'm almost done. Sadly, a lot of our family that lives abroad and across the country, they couldn't make it here today, but I am grateful for all of their prayers and all of their blessings that they have sent me. Thank you so much. Last but certainly not least, I would like to thank you, the audience, everybody that has come here, went out, supported me, cheered, clapped. Thank you so much. It means the world to me, and this program wouldn't have been anything without you guys. Thank you so much.